Om Shanti. Good evening, everybody. So today's topic is power of silence. And the language of silence is the best language. It can be understood by anyone. Hindi, English, Tamil, not everybody will understand. But silence, yes, everybody understands. I remember in 1970s, Dadi Janki was speaker at one of the UK conference, and one of the Australian lady had also been invited in the same conference. And in Australia, she shared that Dadi stood silent for a while and then came up with the word, language of silence is the best. And that time it was a pin drop silence when she was leading meditation. Now Baba says it's your stage of retirement, which in Hindi is going beyond sound. So silence is very important, and the power of silence can solve all the problems. Power of silence brings power to discern, power to judge, and that helps to solve the problems. In order to help others to become destroyer of obstacles, to recognize Maya and to make decision after recognizing Maya, silence power is the best power to be used. Power of silence will silence or cool the fire of anger. It can finish waste thought. It can change old sanskars. It can bring the souls close to ocean of peace. It helps us to economize the treasure of time. It helps us to have success. It can give the vision of three worlds. And when there is chaos, in the end, we can have victory. So there was a Murli of 13 November 81, Avyak Bap Dada's Murli of 13 November 81 on power of silence. Now the question asked on this power, please share your personal experience in applying power of silence to cleanse the mind, intellect and sanskars. Mind is polluted by vices, negative thoughts and feeling. So through silence, we become so powerful to change negative to positive. Thoughts as well as feelings are both positive and purified. Sanskars are changed from Tamopradhan to Satopradhan, and intellect works better because it helps us to discern and act properly. So yoga acts like a fire, changing form of material things, just as fire, when there is there, the leaves and branches are turned to ashes. In the same way, the sanskars are changed. Based on your experience, how exactly the power of silence transforms situations and people. First, let us talk of people. I have seen short-tempered people changing to calm people, peaceful people. Drug, alcohol, cigarette addicts have got willpower and inner happiness through silence, and they are able to give up their addiction. Greedy people changed to satisfied, content souls. Those souls who had lack of self-esteem and jealousy due to that start having self-esteem. They are able to conquer sex lust. Fashionable people change to simple people. Body conscious to soul conscious. So that is the transformation of sanskar from impure to pure. Situation, how it helps. In 70s, we had Mela in Delhi, and we had prepared that Mela almost 60-70%, and suddenly in the newspaper was announced that Russian president is coming to India and he will be welcomed officially in Red Fort ground. Now we were preparing that, and when we read in the newspaper, Didi, Dadi both were in Delhi. So they told everybody to have meditation, and those who were working at the Mela site, they were told to work fast even at night time. So we applied to Mrs. Gandhi, who was Indian Prime Minister at that time, that please change your venue from Red Fort to Ramlila ground. And so Mrs. Gandhi sent his people at night to see what has happened in the Mela, how far it has gone and all. And when they came, the first picture was of Shakti. So they said, now this picture of goddess is there, and if we remove that, people will be hurt. And there was going to be election soon, so they thought that the Brahma Kumaris will not give us vote if we demolish their Mela. So they changed the venue. So yoga power or silence power helped it. Second example was in Indore. Indore also there was going to be a big Mela program, inauguration, and in the morning newspaper it was announced that there will be heavy rain in the evening when it was the time for inauguration. So Om Prakash Bhai and their team, they said, okay, let us all have meditation rather than being busy in preparation of the Mela. So they finished all preparation and sat in meditation at 5 o'clock. And what happened? It rained in another part of the city, but not around the Mela ground, and their function was continuing as usual without disturbance. Next question is, what practice do you do in order to increase and maintain the power of silence? First and foremost, we need to have deep love for Baba and love for only one. Detachment from logics, our own body, and material objects. Disinterest in the old world, soul consciousness, economy of time, money, energy, thoughts, words, etc. Love for solitude, no wastage. Last Sunday only Baba said, if there is any attachment, there is leakage and wastage. So these are the aspects which are responsible to lose our power of silence. Leakage. How will the power of silence be useful at the final moment to reveal Baba? So, in the final moments, we wouldn't have any chance to give course to people. So, at that time, people who want peace, happiness, mercy, they will come to us because they know that Brahma Kumaris can help us. So they will come to us and we will be able to use the stock of powers and share with everyone. So they will receive peace, bliss, happiness, etc. And through our faith and activities, they will have vision of their special deity or angels. So it will be very essential to serve everybody. Next is, could Didi explain whether or not the power of silence is able to finish conflicts of sanskars? Conflicts continues with negativity on both sides, whether it is at thought level, verbal level, karma level. So, with the power of silence, there is positivity, love, mercy, pure feelings, good wishes. So, if one person is powerful and positive, conflict cannot continue by only one. Just as for clapping you need two hands, in the same way with conflict you need two hands. Next is Baba said, you transform the old world of sorrow into the new world of happiness through the power of silence. Could you explain how this process takes place? Sorrow in the world is due to vices, negativity, and tamo pradhan stage. As we, all Brahmins, collectively be powerful and positive, then there will be happiness. Sato Pradhan world will transform human beings. Our vibration will change animals, nature, everyone. Because amongst animals also there will be love for each other. So there will be spring weather, no natural calamities. So it needs power of silence of all Brahmins. Next question is, can the power of silence protect us from the influence of the atmosphere at the end of Kali Yuga? How? Definitely, we will be angels flying high above, beyond the earthly, mundane atmosphere of chaos and problems. And that's how we will be protected. As much as we are soul conscious, we won't be influenced by atmosphere or even the body. And we have seen the example of Dadis in the end. Body was going through karmic accounts, but they were beyond in a peaceful stage. And doctors also treating Dadis were so much impressed by them that with Dadi Gulzar's last rites, doctors had come and they shared how much benefit they took from treating Dadi. There was no pain and they were in Baba's remembrance. 8. Are all BKs to gain the power of silence? There will be number-wise. They will get, but number-wise. How can we tell whether or not we possess power of silence? Those with power of silence will remain stable, unshakable, peaceful, fearless. And those who are weak will be shaky, fearful, crying, complaining. So they have less power or no power. Next question is, Is there any connection between the power of silence and other powers? Yes, power of silence or yoga is the foundation of all other powers and virtues. If we connect our intellect with Almighty Baba, who is the ocean of knowledge, love, peace, happiness, etc., we receive whichever power we need. So during meditation, one should have an aim and focus on one of the powers. 10th, in the Avyakt Murli of 7/5/21, it is said the power of silence is the power of purity. Could you elaborate on this? As we know, purity leads to peace and prosperity. And power of silence will bring us purity and peace and prosperity. So, silence will lead to purity. Next is, how do we practice Supreme Silence stage? Supreme Silence is seed stage. So be a dot and be in remembrance of Baba the dot. And at that time, we have to take our mind to the soul world, no thoughts, no churning, no conversation, and you'll feel supreme silence. Next is, what is the method to check the stage of our power of purity and power of silence? Method to check our power of purity, then eyes will not be attracted to human being or material things. Food will not be making the person greedy, because either eyes see the food and there is a desire to eat, or if smell is there, then there is a desire to eat. So, purity, the eyes usually, Baba says, are the ones who deceive us. Ears enjoy gossip or particular music, or the skin, touch sense, they enjoy soft material and dress. So if there is power of silence, the soul will not be disturbed, not upset, will be unshakable in every situation, not afraid because they feel they are under Baba's canopy, no complaints. And the soul will be peaceful, cheerful all the time. Om Shanti. So now Suman will share your questions.
Shanti Didi. Didi, please share how to practice the 5 subtle powers of the soul: purity, silence, love, peace, remembrance, good wishes, and pure feelings practically in my life.
How to practically feel?
How to practice the 5 subtle powers of the soul practically in my life. According to this person, 5 subtle powers that purity, silence, and all these things.
More you practice deeper remembrance, you will have all these powers. So it is when you sit in remembrance, because in the early stages, we say, okay, churn knowledge. Then we say, have conversation with Baba. But final stage is seed stage. So in seed stage, gain all these powers. And then if you have power, you will be able to practice it.
So in order to practice, we need to gain that power through seed stage. Didi, can you please explain how does humility brings about a creative intellect? Baba speaks of Nirman and Nirman. So how can humility bring about a creative intellect?
I don't think humility brings creativity. Creativity is one of the power of mind. And some people have natural creativity. And so these are the 3 qualities that one can have through remembrance: humility, instrument, and creativity. So they are the 3 powers we need through silence. But I don't think humility can create creativity.
They're connected, they're not connected.
They are not connected. Mainly, we need humility so that there is no conflict. Ego will create conflict and negativity.
Baba often talks about nature and sanskars. 2 words, nature and sanskars. Can Didi explain the difference between the two?
Sanskars will say pure or impure. Or sanskars will say this person is sweet, loving, etc. Virtues, qualities. Whereas habit is
Nature.
Nature is Hindi is swabhav or habit. Like my nature is to wake up late in the morning, or my nature is to be harsh. So nature or habit, like habit is I'm habituated to eat chili food. So that's my nature. Or my nature is to be busy, to be active. So that's nature or habit.
So how do we differentiate between nature and sanskar?
Sanskars are habit can be changed easily,
Okay.
but sanskar takes long to change
Okay.
because you have to really be introvert, check yourself, realize what's wrong with you, and with power of yoga, you get opposite quality. Whereas habit you can change with your determination. That no, I must wake up early in the morning. I must give up red chili powder. So habit are, I would say, material things. Sanskar are
Okay.
internal things.
Okay. A senior sister recently shared that our efforts should be such that we don't need to wander around without a body after we die. Can Didi please share what it means? Share that we need not wander
Be-
around without body after we die.
Means we should not be evil spirit or wander
Yeah, we know
without.
just after death,
We go immediately.
immediately we go and take birth.
Because last thought of soul will lead to its destination. So if last soul thought is some unfulfilled desire, then the soul will wander around to fulfill that desire. So if we die in Baba's remembrance, not thinking about any human being or material desire, then we won't be wandering, we will be going straight to advanced party.
Yeah, the final stage of the soul will decide the onward journey.
Final thought.
Final thought.
Thought.
Didi, many BKs leave bodies around the world. Can Madhuban give support for Brahmin funeral rites, as many would like to conduct Brahmin way?
In their own country, it depends on what they have expressed to their Lokik relatives. Because that's what we used to tell people, that in your will you should write what sort of a final rites you need to be conducted. Because I remember in Singapore, husband was Muslim turned to Brahman, wife was Christian. So husband wanted Brahman rites. So wife had to perform the Brahman rites even if she was Christian or he was traditional Hindu or Muslim, whatever. So the thing is, you have to share with your Lokiks, because ultimately Lokiks will make decision. So unless you have told in your will or your Lokiks what sort of rights you want, like Sam Bhai from Australia, he wanted Brahman rights. So his family, they told us to conduct whatever rites we wanted to conduct.
During silence program, silence badge is given to those who wants to practice silence. There is announcement given before the practice of silence starts. Once you wear silence badge, you can't talk. And those who are not practicing participating in silence program don't disturb the BKs who are practicing silence. Sometimes we want to ask something necessity. They are not ready to listen, showing the badge and reminding us that they are practicing silence. This leads us to lost our peace of mind. Their faces also as if like someone died in their family. Even when there's a silence, as if somebody died in their family. And the vibration of the yajna is like we are in the funeral house. So is this Baba meant by silence?
It's better not to ask the person who is wearing silence badge. If you have any questions, you can ask to the teacher who is making announcement, because she is speaking. So don't approach the wrong person. Or ask your question in writing and let them write down the answer. So that is the sensible thing, to communicate in writing, not in words.
Didi, please provide account details for Madhuban contribution.
All centers will be sent soon, but at the moment we have got already 3 accounts passed. Global Hospital, World Renewal Spiritual Trust is the same old account, and Brahma Kumaris Education Society has new account. But Lalit Bhai is waiting for other accounts also to be newly started, and he will send through International Coordinating Office, that is London, will send to all centers. But if you are in hurry, you can ask your national coordinator. They have got these 3 accounts already.
Didi, how to increase the power of churning?
Oh, today's Murli was that on power of churning. So that's what you have to do, is take one topic. For example, you want to churn on love. What is love? What is mother's love? What is father's love? What is husband's love, friend's love, siblings' love? So let's start churning. Difference between all this love. And if you love someone, what will be reaction? If you don't love, how you will feel? The life will be dry. So churning on what, when, how, if not, what will be the situation. So give this question and take one word or one topic and start churning. And today also Baba was saying is, like, we all are easily Swadarsan Chakradhari. But not only just churn that cycle and repeat the cycle, but be with that experience at that time. Suppose you are talking about golden age, experience that golden age and have intoxication. So there should be experience.
Along with churning. Didi, are Manmana Bhav and seed stage same or different?
No. Manmana Bhava is remembrance of Baba. Seed stage is highest stage. Even if you are churning yarn, you are in Manmana Bhava. Even if you are having conversation with Baba, you are in Manmana Bhava. But stage, you are lost in love of one only. And receiving abundant power from that ocean, whichever power you are aiming, you feel as if you are being showered by that power.
Didi, isn't seed stage silence stage?
Yes.
Seed stage and silence stage are same?
No, as it was in a question, it's a supreme silence. Silence, but supreme silence.
Okay, seed stage is supreme silence stage. Recently, Baba spoke about 35 years of Krishna, and that should be deducted from 5,000 years. Didi, please explain.
Krishna name was given to soul right from birth.
Okay.
And after marriage, they were called Lakshmi and Narayan. And that's why Baba says Lakshmi Narayan are 35 years less than Krishna. But in fact, the individual is the same.
Okay. So because they'll be married at 35 years of age, so that has to be deducted. Did they have to protect ourselves from the vibration of others? Negative vibrations of others.
Wear the shield of yoga. Just as nowadays president moves around with bulletproof jacket. Our bulletproof jacket is yoga. So if we are in yoga, detached and observer, then we will not be affected by the vibrations of others.
Can we not take red chilies and radish? What about radish?
Radish is Tamo Pradhan. Cheese, because variety of cheese are there. There is rennet-free cheese. So Brahmins usually check whether that brand of cheese is rennet-free or not.
And red chilies? Red chilies?
Red chilies. Yeah, it is Tamo Pradhan.
What we achieve, when we achieve karmatit, we don't come back to repetitive world cycle. Kindly correct me if I am wrong. Birth rebirth cycle. When we attain karmatit stage?
When we are karmatit, we will not come in Kalyuga, but we will come in Satyuga. So we are not beyond cycle. We are not reaching moksha stage, but we will be coming in golden age or silver.
Is witness stage, seed stage, and being in silence one and the same? Witness stage. Sakshi bhav. Witness.
Observer.
Witness stage.
Observer and seed stage, they are not same.
Okay.
Observer, you are just observing. Whereas seed stage, you are beyond observation of this material mundane world. You are lost in love of Baba.
Is it a must to on camera and take drishti during our online classes, it is training eyes staring at the gadgets.
No need. If you feel strained or you are not comfortable, then you don't need to gaze at camera.
Didi, who are those advanced party souls?
All dadis who have left body. I think since last 15 years, Baba says Brahmins who are living, they are going in advance party. So maybe few who are living now may come back if they haven't cleared karma. But otherwise, most of those who have left body in last 10-15 years have gone in advance party, and they will not take jnana, but they will have aim, they will have good sanskar of jnani, and they will be helping each other to prepare golden age, Sato Pradhan world.
Didi, I want to ask, if a Brahmin soul has left a body and enter a mother's womb, does the soul remember the past life relationships, or is it the state of the soul while in the womb?
They will not remember past relatives, but those who have karmic account, they will be pulled to each other.
In the womb, they won't be.
In the womb, no, nothing at all. But they are going to the womb where there is karmic account. They don't remember, but there is karmic account, that's why they have gone in that family.
But they don't remember the previous births, right? Didi, how to depend only on Baba like you? Please give some yuktis.
Knowledge is there that Baba is the only Almighty and He is the only support. Because when we depend on other human beings, cooperation with other human beings is okay. But when we are dependent on them, naturally we are pulled to them. But when I think Baba is my only support, then we don't depend on human beings and have deep connection with Baba.
Didi, what's the difference between sweet silence and dead silence?
Dead silence is when somebody dies.
Okay.
They are all together. They are not speaking to each other. And they are full of sorrow. Whereas sweet silence is, I am in remembrance of Baba. So I feel so nice. So it's feeling of sweetness or enjoying it, that silence. So when we are in Baba's remembrance, it's a sweet silence. But situation where there is sorrow, it's a dead silence.
Baba said today, speed of efforts must be greater than time. How to make the speed of effort greater than time?
Intense effort, no slackness. Because Baba was giving example, somebody will say, okay, in the end, I'll catch up. So they are a bit slack, careless. Whereas intense effort makers will say, I want to do it, I must do it now. And they go fast. No excuses or no carelessness.
Didi, we practice to be in silence physically, but we can't control our thoughts. How to minimize the thoughts to be in silence internally?
At least Baba was saying, if you are not going to be beyond thoughts, at least churn gyan, so that you are having positive, powerful thoughts. And then gradually go beyond thoughts. And that should be like seed stages, beyond thoughts, beyond conversation with Baba also.
Didi, when a Laukik soul left the old body, when exactly would they take a new body, especially those who left their body due to old age and illness? Any idea?
Usually it is thought that either they may go immediately, or if they know Brahman, then usually Baba keeps them in subtle region and gives them rest for a few days. Usually we think 12, 13 days they are in subtle region taking rest. But usually Lokik may leave one body and go to another body immediately.
Didi, is there a designated time to do Mansa Seva, especially at this difficult time? Also, would you say that it is a must for all BKs to designate some time in the day to do Mansa Seva?
We have to do, as this morning also Baba was saying, that not necessarily to sit and do churning, but it is, if you have time, solitude, it's better, then you will have more powerful yoga. But otherwise, whilst moving around also, we can do Mansa Seva. Karma Yoga, doing Karma Yoga, doing Mansa Seva. Sending, like if you are walking in the garden, give yoga power to the trees and they will go fast.
How the sanskar of remembering Baba of confluence age will become in golden age. So, okay, here in confluence age we remember Baba. How this sanskar will be in golden age? There won't be
In
in golden age.
there is no need to remember Baba in golden age. So those sanskar will merge. In golden age, we won't have the sanskar of Gyan. They are merged. They will emerge only next Sangam Yuga.
It will be in the fruit form.
And remembrance of Baba will start in bhakti when we start suffering.
The advanced party souls definitely take rebirth in Kali Yuga, but not becoming a Brahmin. Is it right?
Yeah.
When a BK have left the body, is there possibility for the soul to become Brahmin again in following birth while in the Iron Age?
Possible. There are, at least I remember, when Dadi was there, she used to say that this soul belongs to that person. So sometimes in the old days, they used to be second birth Brahman. Because from childhood, they start saying Baba, Baba, Baba. And they are attracted to the picture of Shiva Baba, Brahma Baba, etc. And Brahmins.
So those who achieve karmatit stage don't go beyond silver ages, only to golden and silver age. What happens to them after the last birth of the silver age?
They go to copper iron also.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to go through all the four ages, not only golden or silver age, but they will go through. Once you are in cycle, you have to finish the cycle until end of Sangam Yuga.
Do we speak Hindi or Sanskrit in Satyuga?
Some different language.
Devanagari.
Hmm?
Devanagari language?
We don't know. It will be similar to Hindi, but not Hindi, neither Sanskrit.
Didi mentioned advanced party helping each other. Does it happen in subtle region or when they take birth?
They take birth just as nowadays some youth get together to plan something. So as a youth or now some of them might be 45, 50 or so, and like Mama will be 50 or so. So they will be planning together how to change the world and how to help people and how to have nice houses and their whatever talent
Social work.
they do. It's 5 o'clock.
Yes, Didi.
Are there more questions?
There are 5 more questions, but then...
If there is sensible, otherwise
Okay.
repeat, don't repeat.
Why did Baba choose Gulza Dade as his Nandi after Brahma Baba?
Main thing is she was trans messenger right from age of 9, and she didn't have too many thoughts. She was very quiet, not mixing her own manmat, because you need somebody who is a pure intellect and not mixing manmat to be really medium.
How to make myself confident and boost myself to make effort again after neglecting my efforts for a long time?
You have to push yourself, determined that I must make effort and not be frustrated or thinking, oh, I couldn't make it, oh, I can't make it. No, don't allow negative thoughts or weak thoughts. I want to and I will do it and Baba will help me.
Didi, actually there are many other questions coming up. We will finish it off here.
I think we should finish now. It's 5 o'clock. So let us have 2 minutes meditation. It must be 7:30 in Malaysia, traffic control time.
शांति की शक्ति से शांति जग में लानी है, शांति की शक्ति से। शांति जग में लानी है,
शांत मन हो तन हो शीतल, शांत मन हो तन हो शीतल।
ऐसी दुनिया बनानी है, शांति की शक्ति से। शांति जग में लानी है, शांति की शक्ति से।
आदि गुण अनादि रूप, शांति तेरा है अधिकार। तेरे दैवी राज स्वर्ग में शांति की थी सदा बहार।
शांति की किरणों से, शांति की किरणों से करुणा अब बरसानी है, शांति की शक्ति से। शांति जग में लानी है, शांति की शक्ति से।
ओम शांति। मुझे तो रिकॉर्डिंग करनी।